Hi guys, you're welcome to this week's video, and today I'm going to be talking about the 3 most important skills that every entrepreneur must possess, and I'm going to go right into it. Number 1, the most important skill, or the first skill that I believe that every entrepreneur must have, is attention to detail. I know that may be a little surprising because you don't hear a lot of people talk about this, but there is a reason why I've kept it as number 1, and I'm going to tell you what that reason is. You see, every entrepreneur, for you to be called an entrepreneur, you must have a business. For you to have a business, you must have a product or a service, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to sum it up and call it a product. Businesses are built around products. So the success of the entrepreneur is dependent on the success of the business. Stay with me here. The success of the business is dependent on the success of the product. Now, the success of the product is dependent on the appreciation of the customer. So if the customer appreciates the product, then the product will keep succeeding because the customer will keep on buying it, or they will keep referring other people to buy it. And that is how you continue to sell. All right. And the more you sell, the more successful your product is. The more successful your product is, the more you generate money as a business. And the more your business generates money, the more you succeed as an entrepreneur. That's essentially the simple equation. So if you dial back down to the atom of it, customers appreciating your product. The question is, what will make customers to appreciate your product? Think about it for a minute. It's met expectations. I'll take that again. Met expectations. You see, when customers come to buy whatever it is that you're selling, they have an expectation in their mind. Sometimes they communicate this expectation to you ahead of time. Sometimes they don't, dependent on the type of product that you sell. But nothing kills a customer's belief in a product more than having an expectation, buying the product, and not having that expectation met. Guys, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, if a customer feels that the product they have gotten is not what they used to get, or is not what they expect to get, or what they are accustomed to getting, then the success of that product in the hands of the customers begins to take a downturn. All right? Now, how do you as an entrepreneur avoid this? You need to ensure that there is consistency in the quality of products that you create. There must be consistency in the quality of service that you give. And how do you accomplish this consistency? Attention to detail. Make sense now? You see the reason why I've kept it as number 1? Without attention to detail, you will not be able to create the product that the customer is looking for or expecting. If you don't have that attention to detail and you're just winging it, or you're just all over the place, today you have a great product, tomorrow you have a terrible product. So today you have a great product. Let's assume, for instance, that you're a chef and you've made a particular type of dish. You made the nice, very, very nice dish, and somebody comes to your restaurant and they ordered your food. They really loved it. Like, this is great. And they're so excited about it, they've gone back home to tell all their friends. Like, there's this amazing new restaurant, the food is really great. And then they come back the next time. Now, this person has gone to evangelize your product to about 5 different friends. All 6 of them come to you at lunchtime the next day. And you serve them poor quality of product because of your inconsistency, because of your lack of attention to detail. What happens? Number 1, the customers don't get what they want. The friends that have come along with their friend who came earlier feels like, what is this? Is this what you were raving about? Now that friend feels very hurt because now not only do they not have good quality food that they've ordered, but now you've just made them, put them in a bad position and a very awkward position with their friend. And what that does is it kills any form of love that they might have for you. I've just used that as an example to illustrate. Guys, I'm speaking about this so passionately because it took me 4 years to learn this. For 4 years after starting my business, our service quality was inconsistent. I can say that out loud now because we've gotten better. But now that I look back, I could see how terrible we were, very inconsistent. Like, don't get me wrong, we're doing good work. But today we serve this customer like absolutely fantastic. Tomorrow we'll drop the ball here, we'll drop the ball there. And there were a lot of tears because of that. There were a lot of lost customers, lost revenue, but we learned from them. We kept getting better. But you might be learning it in a couple of minutes in a YouTube video, but please don't take this lesson for granted. It is very important. This is what I spent 4 years of my life learning. Take this very seriously. Pay attention to the detail of your product. Ensure that you create a process that generates consistency. If you haven't watched the movie The Founder, which is the story of how McDonald's was founded, please go watch that movie. It will teach you about the importance of process, the importance of systems. Now, systems and processes are the things that create consistency. Consistency creates a great product that meets the expectations of the customer, which creates increased sales, which creates a better business, which creates a successful entrepreneur. That is the first skill. The second most important skill, guys, that every entrepreneur must have is sales. It's a no-brainer. The job of entrepreneurs is to find something of value. It could be a product, it could be a service, deliver it into the hands of customers, and then ensure that you capture value in return. So you give them something of value and you get money in return. That's the job of an entrepreneur, and that essentially, guys, is what sales is all about. Now, let me bust some myths right here. Number one, you don't have to be extroverted to sell, because telling is not selling. Sales is not about talking all the time, and this is what the mistake I see a lot of young people make. Not only young people, even old people make it, but a lot of inexperienced salespeople, that's what I should say, inexperienced salespeople, I see them make this mistake all the time. They've got this product and they've got this customer in front of them and they're telling them how this is the best thing since sliced bread, you have to buy it. And essentially what you begin to do is put pressure on the customers. And guess what people do? Once they begin to sense pressure, they put up defenses. If you keep piling on the pressure, you become irritable. They don't want to see you. You begin to irritate them. Telling, guys, is not selling, right? And see, guys, I would always recommend this book. It's the sales Bible as far as I am concerned. I haven't read a lot of sales book, but go read The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. I read this book as far back as 2010, thereabout. And I've read it over and over and over again. It's one book that has never left my library. I gave it out. I bought another one. It's a fantastic book. And you're going to learn a lot of very simple, basic tools, from that book that would help you become a better seller. One of the tricks that I love, and it's not a trick, it's a strategy of sales. I use it all the time, is to lead people with questions, because sales essentially is a game of influence, guys. You're trying to influence somebody to take a decision. And if you know how to use questions, then you will control the conversations. Guys, if you forget anything, don't forget this one. He who asks the questions controls the conversation. He who controls the conversation is the one who gets the job done. It's not about how much you talk. It's about controlling the conversation. So for instance, I'm trying to sell a shirt to somebody. I'll be like, oh, I see that you really love nice corporate shirts because I really like what you're wearing. How much did you get that? And the person says, oh, I got that for £50. And then you say, oh, I agree that the quality is great, but we have something that is of even better quality that is £30. Would you like me to show you a couple of examples? Question. The person says, I'm open to seeing some pictures, and you open your phone and then you're showing them your picture and stuff, and then you go again, do you like checked shirts or you like plain shirts? And the person says, I'm more of a plain shirt type of guy because I'm more corporate. Now, you are asking questions, they are giving you information. The more questions you ask, the more information the customer will give you. The more information you get, the more ammunition you have to close them. So this guy says, I'm more of a plain shirt type guy. And then you know that you're not showing him a lot of checkered shirts. You're showing him plain shirts. And then you're flipping 1, 2, 3. And then you pause again and you ask, okay, so what is your favorite color? Do you like navy blue, or are you more of like a sky blue guy? Or the guy just says, no, I really love black shirts. Oh, you love black shirts. Fantastic. I have some amazing black shirts. And then you scroll and then you scroll and then you scroll. And then you say, so there's this black shirt. There's this other one. This one goes for £35, which is of a better quality. You're wearing great quality right now, but I know that you have great taste in quality, and trust me, this is amazing. It was sourced from Turkey or whatever it is, and it's of a better quality, but it's just going to be £30. Would you like to try a couple? So you could just take 2 off me, and then if you don't like them, I give you have a 20-day guarantee. You can return them, but if you like them, then you promise me that you tell your friends about me. What do you think they'll say? I told you, right? That's how it gets done. But if you want to learn more tricks, go read the psychology of selling. It's the sales Bible, guys. But the second most important skill you must have is sales. Before the third one, guys, a quick recap. So the first most important skill that any entrepreneur must have is attention to detail. The second is sales. The third, guys, is people management. You must learn how to manage people effectively. This is of critical importance. I cannot overestimate its importance. And I'll tell you the reason why. Look all around you as an entrepreneur. Everything you interact with is a human. Employees, humans. Suppliers, humans. Customers, human. So if you don't know how to manage people, you don't know how to manage relationships, then you're going to struggle as an entrepreneur. This is very important. And I'll start with the most important category of people, your employees. Guys, this is very important. Do not, I repeat, do not treat your employees badly. It's always going to hurt you. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you treat people badly, especially your employees, it's always going to hurt your business. Because listen to this. The way you treat your employees is the way your employees will treat your customers. The way your employees treat your customers is the way your customers will treat your business. And you want your customers to treat your business right. You want them to give a lot of money to your business. You want them to, patronize your business. Then you need to ensure that the people that work for you are well taken care of as well, right? If you don't, I don't even have to say this, but if you don't treat customers right, they definitely will not come back. If you don't treat suppliers right, you're going to have problems with your value chain. See, people management is one of the most important skills you can have as an entrepreneur. But even beyond that, as a human being, you need to learn how to manage people effectively. You need to learn emotional intelligence. One of the things that I'm very proud of, and I am very, very proud of this, which I believe that this is the biggest success that I've had as an entrepreneur, is that I have had my employees become my friend. I have had an amazing set of people. Over my lifetime in my business, I think we've employed a total of about 29 people. Is it 29 or 21? I mixed the numbers wrong now. But either ways, right, that have come through our business. And of those number of people, I can only remember one person who left, on not so nice terms. And that had nothing to do with us. That just had something to do with the person. But more importantly, I have had a lot of success with people, and so I know the importance of it. It gets to me. It's an emotional matter for me. And it hurts me when I see entrepreneurs treat their employees badly. See, guys, let me say this as I begin to wrap up. The first step to ensuring that you have a great relationship with your employees is hiring right. And one of the tricks that you could use to hire right is when you're interviewing people for roles, don't interview people the way you've seen interviews done. Just have conversations. Have genuine human conversations. And then you get vibes about the people, and you take it from there. Remember, see, you cannot teach people values. You're not going to change people's values because they want to take a job. You can teach them skills, but you can't teach them values. So have conversations. Test to see that you have values that align. If that is there, even if they don't have the skills you want, you can always teach them the skills. All right. If you hire right, then you can have good people that you can train, that you can relate with. And, if you hire the right people, obviously, if you invest in them, they're going to invest as well in your business. If you treat your customers right, they're going to treat your business right. If you treat your vendors right, they're going to treat your business right. People management is very important. Emotional intelligence is a part of it. It is very important. And if you learn these things, right, you would have the basic requirements in order to become a successful entrepreneur. Remember, success is relative. For some people, success is having a business where they are able to make enough money to take care of their families. That's success. You can't discount that. For some people, they want to conquer the world. That's success as well. But whatever success looks like for you, right, these three things are very important in getting it if you want to be an entrepreneur. Number one, have attention to detail. Number two, learn to sell. And number three, learn to manage people effectively. I hope this week's video has been very helpful to you. If it has been of value to you, please consider subscribing. You can see the subscribe button floating somewhere around here, right? Yeah, is it here? Is it here? Subscribe, click on the notification bell so that you can be reminded every time I post a new video. I love creating videos for entrepreneurs because I'm an entrepreneur myself. If you have any type of content or question that you'd like to ask me, please put it in the comment section below. I always read my comments. I always reply to my comments, and I will see your comment. I'll reply to it, and if it's a request for a type of content, I'll just consider making it, right? If it makes sense. I'm sure it's going to make sense. So, go in my comment and put the information right there. Remember, subscribe. Now, this is one other thing I'm going to say to you very quickly before you go. This has been of value to you, right? I don't believe in making this the best kept secret. No, it's so good. Share with your friends, all right? And let me know what your thoughts are, all right? By the way, last week I shared some video about the habits, my morning routine and things of that nature. It's really powerful. It became my second most watched video, so please go watch it. And my most watched video is 5 money mistakes that people make, that I posted 2 weeks ago. It's going to be somewhere up here as well, so you can check out for it. So that's the video for this week, guys. I really hope this helps you. Remember, it's not about what you've learned today. It's about what you do with what you learn, because doing makes the difference. Go take action.